Welcome back to the channel where we're making a video game from scratch using Love2d and Lua. So the goal of today is to get this map downloader imported into our global map table. So I don't know why our 1-1 grid here is now dirt, but we'll fix that. So I'm hoping, you know, today's gonna be a little bit of a shorter stream, I think, because I'm just gonna try to figure out one thing, and it's how to get the exports to be imported here. Hey Magnetonics, good to see you here. Thanks for stopping by. It's a little bit better. It's better because it's Friday, right? But I was at work all day today, so I'm a little fried. But we're gonna try to get the one thing done today, which is get our data downloader. Did I really just kill this? Get our data downloader actually working here. Cool. So let's take a look at what we've got, right? So the current plan is we have a map here from tiled, and we export this as a .lua, and what that gives us is a array. It's a table of data tile IDs is what it is. And if we look at what that looks like, we're doing this master tile test. If we look at what this is, these are the tile IDs. So it's that 1, 2, 3 and 34, 34, whatever. So here's the issue. It does do the 1, 2, 3 and then 34, 34, 34, but then it keeps going. Now the 37s and then now the 40s, right? So we need to be able to take this whole table and start populating map 1-1 and then map 1-2 and then map 1-3, one row at a time, and then down, you know, like, you know, starting at the very top global map rows, working our way down. So we're gonna be, hey, thanks man, always appreciate the lurk. I hope your code has been going good too. Thanks for hanging out, dude. It's fun having you here. Okay, I'm feeling pretty, I think this will be pretty straightforward, right? Because all we've got to do is take all of this fucking shit and put it one row at a time into our map table. So it's a little confusing because we have to alternate which map we're inserting things at, and then insert and then modify which row, and then to continue on and do all the maps and all the whatever. So first thing I'm going to do is just try to see if I can get rid of the incorrect sand import at the top of the screen here. I'm not sure what's causing that, other than where are we doing our sand? Yeah. So instead of doing this, we'll turn this back off, and then we should be left with not sand in our 1-1. And we're crashing, okay. Well, it needs default values. So if we didn't kill our map 1-1, like right here, we would be able to go ahead and turn this off. Okay, and now we shouldn't crash at 1-1, but this isn't what we're trying to do. Okay, cool, we got that back. Okay, so let's take a look at what we figured out yesterday with pulling the data. It's very simple. I was getting screwed up because of the STI library we were using, but what we're really doing is in our map declarations. Let's see, what are we doing? We've got this global map .layers at index1.data. That's our entirety of the table of that 900 values we've got from our map, our global map export.lua. So if we take a look at how we're pulling that in, I think it's just in dependencies, and we have a global map that we're requiring from our graphics master tiled test. So that's cool. Okay, so now instead of just inserting some bullshit here. We need to do this for real. So we'll do this in map declarations, and we'll do it last here. So what I'm gonna do is just start from scratch here, and we're gonna just take a look at what kind of algorithm we need to kind of get all these values in the right spots. So we're gonna start here. We know it's 900 because it's 900 tile IDs because it's a 10 by 9 grid. Every scene is a 10 by 9, so that's 90, and then it's a 10 by 10 grid of 90s, so that's 900 tile IDs. So let's go ahead and say that, hey, for I gets 1 for as long as 900, we're gonna do something. And that something we're gonna do is we're gonna take this tile ID and set it to 1. And we're gonna say, what? We've got to put in, yeah, if we visually think about what values we want to put it in, it needs to go in map 1 first, and then map 1 2 the next after the first 10 items. So we know we need a nested for loop of some sorts. And it's gonna be what? If we say insert into our map, if we just hard code in the 1 right now, which is wrong, but then we say gets a tile ID, and it's gonna be this global map dot layers index1 dot data. Oh, and you know what? We can't quite get, because dot data is the whole table, but we need to snag just one at a time values from that data table. So we just need to make sure, I'm gonna just print up something so we can see here, graphics.print, and we're gonna say data, and we're gonna put the global map dot layers at index1 dot data. Okay, and we should have that whole table, and we can't do it. Global map, layers, data. Okay, I think we do have to be inside this for key value and pairs loop of some sort. Let's turn this back on and see. Hey, we're just gonna print one value, and we're gonna insert that into not map 1 but we want to just say result table, and we're going to say result gets an empty table, and we're going to insert the value of the first key of the data table, and we're going to insert that into result, and then we're going to just print this up. We're going to say love.graphics.print. We're going to say result, and we're going to concatenate in our actual results table here at index 1. Now this should be what, 32 or whatever it is? Oh no, this is in map 1 so, oh no, yeah, it should be 1. If this is 1, then this is maybe working. I don't see it. Where are we saying table is? Okay, we don't want this. Okay, I don't see shit. Okay. It's okay. We want a love.graphics. Set color. quite. Okay. We really don't see it. Well, we don't see shit. We don't even see result. We should see at least the string result here. This is in the render function, yeah. No, there is no render function here. Okay. So this is why it's jacked. Okay, well, let's take this over to a render function. And we'll see where we were saying that table is. Cool. Sweet. Okay. So we're going to be printing the result here. And the result is a concatenated result table at the index of 1. So it should be 1 here. Let's see. Okay, we got 1. Now this should be 2. And then that's not 2. Oh, we've only got 1. Okay, okay. So if we go and say, hey, just do the first 10. Now give me 2. There's 2. So if we go to 4, it should be all the way over to this 34. So if 4 is 34, we're in business. So let's see, 34, result at 4 should be 34. Let's see. Cool. We've got 34. So we're able to pull out these values one by one, but we kind of have to do this crap. But if we ignore this, and instead now say, okay, we're looping through all the datas. This is our 900 loop, so that's good. Now we need to go and say, hey, we're gonna go and table.insert, how do we do it? Table.insert, and I think, yeah, the table we want to insert into is the map, at least for now, it's a map 1-1. The value we want to insert is the actual value. So we're going to go ahead and insert the first. Yeah, we don't want to just insert the whole table into map 1-1. So maybe just for now, I'm going to say for I gets 1, 10, you know, for loop of 10, we're just going to go ahead and insert. So we should have the first 10 values in map. So now if we go and do our special inspect library that we got yesterday, we can say print, and we're trying to print inspect. Come on. We're trying to print inspect. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. Fuck. Okay. Love.graphics.print. We say inspect, and we want to inspect the map 1-1 table. Cool. Let's print that bad boy. Will that work? Cool. 1. This is all fucked though. 1 2 2 1 2. This is wrong. Okay. So if we go into our map declarations and say, you know what, we ain't put any of that in there yet. Map declarations. Where am I? Map declarations. Okay. This, I think we need this off. Just delete this. Yeah, we'll delete this for now. Now we're going to go to our 1-1 and we're going to turn that off. We're going to make sure we don't do any weird shit. Okay, cool. Okay. So now we should have our 1 2 3. Oh shit. 1 1 1 1. Wrong. So let's go check out what? Where we wrote this, which table is, this is in our play state we're doing this. Okay. So let's say for key value, okay, yeah, we want to say table.insert, yeah, that should, insert should move it to the front, right? Oh shit, yeah, we need to append. Let me see. Table.insert in Lua. It inserts it at a given index. Okay, so table value. Here, look at the documentation, at least. Table.insert, the table value, index, new value, table structure. Okay, so like we do the table, then the index, then the value. Okay, so if we say we're trying to insert it at the index of whatever our I loop is at, we're trying to put in the v value, we should see our correct values here. That's not good. That's way wrong. Not 40, 40, 40. Wow, and that's crashing our game. Okay. God damn it, I thought this would be simple today. Okay, so that's not right. Let's just go back to doing this empty result table. And we're just gonna say, hey, insert into results. See, and I thought we could just insert a value and it would just kind of put it in there, but now we have a result. And now let's print out the table result. I don't think this will change anything, but okay. So let's say, hey, you know what? This is just 3 things. This is just 4 things. See, that's wrong. This, I would think, oh, we're doing it for every map. Fuck, okay. So how do we break? We just want to break out of this loop and only give us result. Okay. There's our same 4 values. Now this should be 1, 2, 3, and then what, 38 or something? And yet we're only ever putting not, oh, yeah, this is wrong. Okay. So if we instead say for every data in here, we're going to insert the value. Okay, so I mean, this should just give us 1. Okay. So if we want more than 1, we need to go and say, like if we want 4 values to be inserted for key and data, okay. Yeah, this is tough. I don't want to do, I want to get out of this key value loop here. So maybe the first thing we do is just copy it into a table that we have easier access to. I mean, this already is a table. Let's just create a table called global, we'll call it tiled download, I don't know, tiled map. Can we do that? Tiled map. And it's an empty table. And we're going to loop through and we're just going to say, okay, we're going to say tiled map at index of whatever the key is going to get whatever value is. Then we're going to inspect the tiled map. Cool. So those are the right values. Now, I don't think there's any difference between doing that other than we don't have to say global.map.layers. So we want to just say, we just want to loop through, like let's say for I gets 1 for as long as whatever through 900 we want to do. And what we're going to do is we're going to copy, and we can start this lower. we'll start this, just give me the first 4. And we're gonna say that the tiled map, no, we need another, let's just say we have a result table, and then it's gonna be, we need to put in the result table at the index of I, whatever the result of our tiled map, index I is. So now we can loop through and just only snag 4 if we were to print out the result and not the tiled map. So let's go put result in here. Okay, we've got our first 4 values, so that's looking good. So ideally, we need the first 10, you know? Why does that take so long? Okay, I'm assuming that's right in the first 10. Now, is this in the update function? This is just in the render function. Yeah, this is jacked. We don't want to do this here. Play state. I think ultimately we want to assign these in our global table, but we want to print them out here. So let's take this out of the render, because that's kind of doing it every second. So I think that's what's contributing to the slow. So we'll go put it in our map declarations. We'll say, okay, cool. Up here, we're just gonna say, we're gonna go through and copy the first 10 results from our tile map into our result table. And if we have this global, I don't know how to do this other than this. I don't like using globals, but I guess I clearly like using them. I use them everywhere, but I want to get away from that. So let's just try to print up results in our playstate now, and we'll see. We are still doing it. Okay. Cool. And that was a lot faster, right? So it's not running every second or every frame. Okay, cool. So we've got our first 10. That's easy. But let's do this. Okay, so yeah, we have to think about how we need to insert this into our whole map. Because ideally what we do, I can kind of picture it in my head, like we just want to go, we want to cycle through all the map rows and columns of our global map tables and put in 10 items at a time the result of this thing. So if we say, okay, let me see. If we do something like this and we say for map row, well, for I gets 1, okay, let me think. We have to do, we have to populate all the columns, right? Which is 100. So we've got to do all the columns, and then we've got to do all the rows, and we've got to do all the columns in all the rows. So if we do for I gets 1 for the rows first, and then nested inside all the columns, rows would be 90, and then for J gets 1, 100, and then we'll say global map rows, and then something a column amount of times, right? Global map columns. Okay, so we have a nested for loop like this. This gets us the 900 that we're trying to insert, right? Or the, yeah. But now we need to figure out where exactly in our map do we insert these things. So I think what I want to do is make like a local tile index, set it equal to 1. And the first thing we're going to do is say, hey, map I, comma, see, this is already jacked too. We need to cycle through 10. Okay, yeah, we need to go through 9, not 90, and 10, because we need to be able to say something like this, where we say, hey, the map here is going to get this tile index, and then we're going to go ahead and increment this tile index. So, the thing that this is wrong, well, this is 10 times, yeah, this is 90, so that's enough to get us. It's hard because we don't, yeah, fuck, no, this is wrong. I think we do want to do this, because we're trying to cycle through. What this would do is give us access to, yeah, no, this is wrong. Fuck. Okay. It's hard to imagine this. Okay, I got an idea. We want to cycle through, yeah, every row. Okay, we do this and we say for a row amount of times do a column amount of things, and the column amount of things we want to do is we want to say map at a certain index gets the tiled index, and then we do want to increment this tiled index. So tile index gets itself +1, and this is jacked because this needs something. We'll put 1 in there for now. Okay, so instead of doing map 1, 1, we need to calculate what this is based on what j is and based on what I is. So we need to have like we need to have a local map row, and a local map column, and then we need to say, okay, so if we walk this through, the first 10 are in map 1, 1. So we know if I is less than or equal to 10, then we know, yeah, if I is less than or equal to 10, meaning it's the top row of map tables, then we know that map row needs to be equal to 1. And then we can say, hey, this is map row. And then the thing we're inserting into, because yeah, how do we say that if you're on 20, if tiled index is, oh, fuck. Because if tiled index is greater than 10, we need to go ahead and increment what our column is. Yeah. So map, if we say that, hey, this is, we know we're drawing it at map column, but we need to say, anytime tiled index, fuck. It's like we need a count too. I don't exactly know. I feel like we need a count too. And we can say, you know, fuck, I don't know. Because we need to say something like if count is greater than 10, if we've done 10 tiles, then we need to go ahead and increment our map column so that we would be putting the 10 in the next map grid. So we'd say map column gets map column plus 1, and then we'd reset our count. So every 10, we shift our map column. But then if our count, or goddamn, yeah, it's like we need, if our map row, fuck, dude, if our map row is greater than 10, see, and where are we incrementing our map row? We just know yeah, see, we aren't incrementing our map row. This is jacked, man. I don't know why I thought this would be easy. I mean, it feels easy. And then, of course, in practice, not easy. It's tough. I mean, it's just one of those things that just sounds easy, isn't easy. Okay. I don't know why I'm thinking this is so tough. Like, yeah, we just need to, every 10 things we insert, we need to increment our map column. Yeah. And then every 10 map columns, we need to increment our map row. Okay. So I'm gonna just fucking nuke this and try it again, because I don't know, I'm getting confused. Yeah, so like ideally what we're trying to say is map and map row and then map column is gonna get the tile ID, and then we're gonna increment our tile ID. Okay, so tile ID is gonna be result at tile ID, or no, tiled map at tile ID. Yeah. Okay. So we need a tiled ID. Local tile ID just gets 1. Okay. And then it's not that it's tile ID, it's that it's tiled map at index tile ID. Okay, because that will be the variable. Okay. So this is essentially all we need to do, is just put the tile ID from our table into the map row and column using table.insert, as long as insert appends and not prepends or push, right? So I don't exactly get. I'm gonna look up love.table.insert, and we were just gonna have to test this crap. Tables for dummies, that's what I need. I don't know why I'm getting more confused looking at the documentation. Table.insert into the table fruits pair, and then what? It doesn't say what it comes up with. Apple, banana, then pear. So it does append it. Okay, so that's what we want. Because if we were to say, yeah, let me just see. Okay. Let's just assume that works. So the first thing we want to do is, yeah, we want to loop through for I gets 1 through 900. Well, that's our tile ID, we're calling it. So we can say for tile ID gets 1 and all the way through 900, we're going to insert into map row and column, which we need this. Local map row gets 1, local map column gets 1. Okay. Cool. So we need, yeah, I think we need count too. I feel like we need like a certain kind of count for this, because tile ID is going to keep going from 1 to 900, so we can't really do much arithmetic with that if that needs to be doing its own thing. So I think we need to also increment count. And what we can do is we can call it column count, or yeah, I don't know, column count gets column count plus 1, because we wrote 1 column. So we'll say local column count gets 1. We increment our tile ID and increment our column count. Then the thing is, we're going to say if our column count is greater than 10, meaning 11 or above, then we're going to go ahead and increment our map column. No, map row. Then we're going to say map row gets incremented, because now we're putting the next tile IDs into 2-1 instead of 1-1. That's right. So anytime column count, as long as we reset column count here to be equal to 0 so we can count columns again, as soon as it is more than 10, it's going to go increment that row and keep putting the next tile ID into the map row and column. Cool. So now that should get us the first 10 values for all of our top row tiles. So looking at our tiled IDs, that should give us all of these all the way to the end. But now we need to say, hey, if we've done, we need a row count also. So once once we do this, we need to increment our row count. And we need to say, okay, well, we've done... no. We need to... Yeah, how would we say this? If every time our column count's 1... Yeah, anytime we move column count, we need to say, okay, well, now our row count is going to get incremented. Cool. So now that our row count's incremented, we need to give ourselves a row count. Then we can say, by the way, after you do that, if our row count is greater than 10, meaning we've done 10, we've already done 10 10 columns. Yeah, row count plus 1. If it's... Shit. This might be greater than 9. If it's greater than 9, I don't know why. It's greater than 9, meaning we've just finished our 10th column. Then we need to say greater than 9, meaning it is 10. Then we would say, okay, go ahead and now update our map column. That's not right. Fucker. Okay, so yeah, we need to go through the top row, and then we need to go back. We need to reset. Oh, yeah, okay. It's so hard because I can't test this shit. Okay, so if we walk through this, row count gets row count plus 1. That means we've done the very top layer of row for our tile IDs. Then we're going to increment the row. Yeah, see, that's not right, because that's if column count is greater than 10. Yeah, that isn't right here. Oh my god. I thought I was going to be able to figure this out in like 30 minutes. Okay. I think we're on the right track, because it's like, yeah, we're trying to insert 900 tile IDs, and where we insert those IDs depends on the map row and column. The crazy thing is, this map row and column needs to go from like 1 to 10 to 1 to 10 to 1 to 10 all the way through multiple times. Every 10 tiles it needs to shift that shit. So I guess I'm just not understanding how to keep pushing it. Because if we walk through and say, okay, the first 10, column count is not 10. And this should be called like grid column count or scene column count. We say that this is scene column count. Maybe that helps a bit. Scene column count. Okay. Because it's the column count within the scene, not within the columns of our map grid, whatever we call that. So we're going to say, okay, map row 1, map 1 gets the first 10, because after we increment this 10 times, we're going to then increment our map row, reset our scene column count to 0. And then it's going to go do this again. Okay, so then at this point, this should get us that first row, that first top row. But we need a way to stop counting, like, and we can say, if yeah, maybe we there's got to be a better way to do this. Okay. This scene column count means we've done all the columns in the scene, so therefore we increment our grid row. Maybe that grid would make sense here instead of map. Well, I know what that means. So then we're going to go through and put the next tile IDs into the map and column. Okay, so once map row is equal to 10 and our scene column count is greater than 10, we can say if map row is equal to 10, if we're on the 10th map row and we've already finished that column, then we need to go back and say, okay, well now map row is going back to 1. And scene column count is getting back to 1 and not 0. Shit. It's where the 1 index is gonna screw me here. Fuck. Okay. Because yeah, if our scene column count, if we've done already 10, we've already inserted 10, then our scene column count goes down to 1. Yeah, okay. I think that sounds right. And this would be if then else this end. Okay. This would be like if at end of map row. This would be map call. Fuck. Okay. Because yeah, this would be map call. Fuck. Yeah, we don't want to do row, we want to do call here. Yeah, we want to do call. Okay. So if our map column is at 10 and we had already finished our scene column count for that 10th map call, then we're going to say, okay, well now your map column's back at 1. And then we need to figure out how to increment map row. I think we increment map row right here. Then we say, now go to the next. It's not the next map row. We just need to reset map row back to 1. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then yeah, if map call is 10, we're going to reset map call back to 1 and then reset map row back to 1. And that seems like it doesn't do anything, but it does because we will append the new tile IDs into the map row. So we need like we might need to do this for every I don't know, because we need like another thing to keep track of how many, like once we've done 10 global rows, then we increment our map row. So it's like, if at the end of map row we say global row gets incremented, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because yeah, if we're at the end of the map column, we've done a whole row, and then we need to say like, oh, if, I don't know, if global row is greater than 10, anytime global row is greater than 10, we need to go update our row. So we'd say map row gets incremented. So we increment our column. See, this is wrong. Fuck. No, that is right. Yeah, we would go through, yeah, okay. We do increment our column because every 10 we need to increment our column. Then if we're greater than 10, we reset our map column back to 1. That's wrong. No, that's right. Is this making any goddamn sense? Yeah. Because like at the end of the day, this is all we're trying to do, is put the tile ID of our tiled map into and this would be table.insert, and it would be table.insert into the map table, and what we're trying to insert is the value of tiled map at index of tile ID. Doesn't look like this likes this. Tiled map. We have a tiled map right there. Okay. Tiled map at index of tile ID. Yeah. It's not highlighted there, but. So we're going to insert the value from our tiled map into our map row column, and then increment our tile ID. And then we're going to increase our scene column count. Every time our scene column count gets bigger than 10, then we're going to check if we've done 10 map columns. If not, we're going to increment our map column. We're going to reset our scene column count to 1 so that it can then start counting scene column counts again. And then whenever it's bigger than 10, it's going to see if we've done 10. If not, increment the map column again. So then by the time our scene column count is greater than 10, I'll say that this is supposed to be greater than 9. Because on the first iteration, I think if we initialize scene column count as 0, we could keep it greater than 10. Because then on the time we've done 1, by the time we finish inserting 10 scene column counts. Let's see, scene column count. Okay. Now, are we not using this row count? Map row. Okay. Row count gets 1. Where is this row count? We're not doing that. We count this at 0, then we say it's bigger than 9. I don't know, I feel like there's such little chance that this works. Okay. If we look at it from a high level, we're doing something 900 times. And what we're doing 900 times is inserting a tile ID into the map global table we've got. That is what we're trying to do. Now, what we insert depends on the map row and map column. So it's map row and column start out as 1. Map row and column start out as 1, that's right. And so does tile ID, that's right. So for the first 10, we insert the first 10, and we increment this every time. Now, every time we increment that, scene column count gets increased. And if scene column count is bigger than 9, meaning we've done 10 things, then we're going to check the map column. And if map column is equal to 10, that means we've done 10 map columns. Okay. So once we have done 10 scene columns, it's going to come here and it's going to say, okay, well, let's increment our map column by 1, meaning map column is now 2. But that should be, I don't know, I feel like that should be 0. I feel like map column needs to be how many map columns we've done. Fucking don't know. Oh man. I'm looking all red on the webcam. Looks pretty jacked, right? Okay. So once we finish, every time we insert a tile, we go increment the column count. Now we start the column count at 0, and if the column count's greater than 9, meaning we've inserted 10, then we're going to go ahead and increment the map column. We're going to reset the scene column back to 1, back to 0 more like. And then insert. See, we've got map call and map column. So I think every map call needs to be map column. Okay. Okay. So by the time we've done 10 scene columns, we'll get to here. No. If our map column is equal to 10, if we're at the end of our map column, that means we've done this map column. Let me see. Map column starts at 1. And if it's equal to 10, by the time we're done with our 10th scene column count. Oh my god. Then we're going to go ahead and set our map column and row back to 1. It should be back to whatever our global row is. We should set it. We should say we start global row and we start global column both at 1, and we reset this back to global column and global row. Okay, and then we reset our scene column count back to 1. We increment our row. Yeah, and then we've got to have something like this. If our global row becomes bigger than 10, then we need to increment our map row. Yeah, bigger than 9. We start at 1. Bigger than 9, we're going to increment our map row. And map column is getting incremented every 10 anyway. Yeah. I don't know. I need a freaking debugger to go step through this crap. Because I'm not convinced I did any of this right. It's kind of making sense to me, though. I mean, it's not what I thought at all, but it's kind of making sense because the global row is how many we've done. Yeah, I feel like we don't need. We do need to reset our column back to whatever map column gets instantiated at, which is 1. So we'll reset that back to 1, but then I don't think we need a global column. We just need global row because we're populating every row at a time. Okay. Let's assume this works. It'd be putting the tiled map, and all tiled map is a copy of our global map into our map. I'm just gonna see. Yeah, map declarations 54. We crash right here right away because map row and map column, we do have that. And then tiled map at tiled ID. Tiled map. Tile ID, tiled map, yeah. See, I thought this would be tiled map at index tile ID. I thought this would color differently. Doesn't really color. Makes me think we screwed it up. So if we were to just do this and put only the number 1, we still crash. Map row column. Okay, so something's wrong with our map row increment. If global rows greater than, okay, well. We're just getting nothing. We're getting nothing. We're not even getting 1. How are we not even getting 1? All right, I'm just not getting it. I'm gonna make a commit and call it a night because my eyes are just tired. Giving myself maybe too much credit there. But, I know it's just me, but I guess we'll raid out. Yeah. All right. All right. Tomorrow, hopefully I'll make better progress on this. Everyone who checked it out, thanks for hanging. I'll try to make some better progress. Let's hope we do.